Okay, next thing. Previously, we had some therapy, not about the fake alcoholism, about not thinking negatively about things. And now, and learning about the history of Rome, Cerno was very important to that, apparently. But enough about that. We're just gonna go into the next thing. We're gonna play some card games, date things, and have some inseparable love, apparently. Cards, dates, and inseparable love, whatever that is. Let's find out what this is. I'll put myself in the corner where I belong, and eventually, OBS is gonna not like this. Or maybe not. Disclaimer: Touhou Project original concept, characters, and other elements are that property of Zun and Team Shanghai Alice. This game is a fan-made work and is not affiliated with or endorsed by the original creators. Please support the official series. Please note that the story of this game can be emotional and contain some form of tragedy. Yeah, I love tragedy. It's sad. I love sad stuff. It's that great. If you're not in a mood to deal with that, please come back later when you are ready. For no rush. I'm totally ready. I'm very ready. I'm always ready for tragedies. I like it. I want to make you sad. How to play. It's a visual novel. Please tell me it's just a visual novel. Please tell me you're not. Okay, hold space bar, skip dialogue conversation. No, we're not going to be doing that. Show dialogue history log. Sure. Toggle dialogue box. Sure. Advanced dialogue. Okay. You now know how to play a visual novel. Let's play. You know how to advance a story. This is a story about two magicians. Okay, it is mouse control only. With two different personalities. That's typically how it works. Usually two people have different personalities. One who is very outgoing, the other who prefers being alone. But it is a matter of someone's gift that will change her life. The outgoing one or the shy one? Act 1, Cards and Cafe. You play cards at the cafe. I like the art style presentation, it's nice. It's all like this kind of drawing thing, it's nice. Alice is probably the most bored face on her right now. She cannot believe where this black witch is taking her to. Oh, I actually have to. Come on, it's gonna be fun. It's Marissa again. Hi, Marissa. Oh, enter does work. Alice, I think it's Alice Margatroyd or something like that. I think this is the first time we've encountered her in these things so far. Yes, it has. Right. But why don't you ask Reimu? I have dolls to make, you know. Marissa looked at her with a frustrated look while having her eyes closed. But also, the music is really, really loud. I need to go into the thing. Sorry, no, it's the other way. Volume mixer. Let's do half. That's fine. There we go. That's better. That's better for me. Marissa looked at her with a frustrated look while having her eyes closed. It is a miracle she avoided bumping into people while walking like this. I saw this really cool shop while I'm on the way to see Reimu. A modern cafe in our village in the forest of magic. But Reimu, being a party pooper and all, doesn't want to come with me. She kept saying, I gotta try to take care of, despite the fact that I cleaned up her work just yesterday. I see, and you looked for me to go to this place? Yep, I got really sad on the way home until I saw your house. You need some fresh air too? So come along and let's go to this Cafe de Gensokya. It's newly made. Why did I not hear about it before? Is it run by the Scarlet Devil Mansion? Yeah, it is. I saw Kwakuma working here, and the building is quite recent. It was not here 3 days ago, and BAM! Here it is. It's probably because of Pachuli's magic capabilities and Saku's ability to stop time. They can make constructions like this a breeze. Yeah, it's very convenient time stop hours. Marissa looked ahead and continued marching giddy. Alice can only sigh and continue walking with her. You could have just asked Patchouli out, you know, if you didn't keep stealing her things. They stopped at their destination. It is much closer to their home than Alice expected. The bell on the door rang as they opened the door and walked inside. Ka-ching. Hello, little devil person. Upon entering, they can immediately hear smooth jazz playing from a record player, the type of tune that you could hear only from a modern cafe like this. Pairing with the warm light and scarlet red atmosphere, it is quite welcoming. It almost feels like you are in a bubble, secluded away from the mundane feeling of life. The Scarlet Devil did outdid themselves. To top it off, Marissa was right. Kwakuma did work here. She's behind the bar table, cleaning mugs. Her eyes gazed upon them when they entered. Welcome to our oh, it's you. Kwakuma looked at Marissa with a stern eye and did not seem to be happy meeting a thief here. Marissa does not give her a good impression due to her borrowing habits at her master's library. Unfortunately for Kwakuma, she has to contain her resentment to give them the best customer service, or else the cafe's reputation will be tarnished and she will get lectured by her master. Please take a seat and tell me what you would like to order. They sat down and ordered what they wanted. Kwakuma took the orders and wrote it down in her notepad. It doesn't seem like anybody else worked here other than her. Thank you for your ordering. Please wait while we prepare your orders. Wow. Multiple W words in a row is gonna be a thing. Kwakuma went into the kitchen preparing what they ordered. The two sat quietly for a while. Not long after that, the silence started becoming a little awkward. Alice had this strange feeling. She had the urge to say something to Marissa, but she couldn't seem to pull herself to talk to her. The silence continued, but not for long. Hey, you wanna check out this cool little trinket I got recently? Marissa pulled out a plastic box. It seems like a box that is used to package playing cards in, but Alice felt a scent of magic in it. Another one of your stolen items? Hey, I borrowed them, you know. Besides, I found them while I'm adventuring yesterday for more secret magic books. Okay, but what is so special about these cards? You'll see. Marissa excitedly reached for the deck and opened the deck box. But as her finger touched the cards, it suddenly flew up all by itself and danced around in the air. I got magic cards, play Yu-Gi-Oh! Before long, the deck of cards flew around, circling Alice and Marissa in an elegant way, the card backs facing against them. Alice and Marissa both looked at each other, then to the cards as they danced. They know that the cards themselves are not dangerous, but they felt the cards just looking into them, into their soul, into their minds and feelings. The heart of the cards. The cards are gonna lay out your heart. After a few moments, the cards floated and placed themselves nicely on the table in a 5x2 style of arrangement. The girls looked at the cards laid on the table suspiciously. This is really weird. I've never expected cards to work that way. You feel it too, right? It looked into our memories. Yeah, I'm kinda skeptical about this, but we didn't feel any hostility. We should be safe to play this game, I guess. Don't mind if I do. Hold on, how do we play this game? Well, from what I've read from the box instructions, we both pick a card from the draft. If our cards are a matching pair, we will be magically convinced to start a conversation about the content in the card. If it is not a matching pair, we will have to pick again. I don't know exactly in what form that we will be magically convinced to start a conversation, but let's just go with it. Really like this gratitude Marissa has. Alice seemed confused about the properties of these cards, but she nodded. At least they had something to kill the time with while they waited. If you're not making the first move, then I'll go first. Sure, let's just pick the middle one. Cookies. Oh, hey. A teapot? Yeah, let's talk about food. Having tea parties, isn't that what you like to do during your free time? Whenever you're not working on your dolls, that is. I suppose that is true. I do enjoy having a good drink of tea whenever possible. Do you have anyone to drink tea with you? Sometimes the fairies of light will come and visit me. I drink with them the most of the time, believing that they got lost again. You know how fairies work here. Other than that, I'm mostly drinking alone with my dolls. Really? Like, do they talk to you or...? Yeah, believe it or not, I understand them when they are talking. Of course, you're the doll maker here. But really though, no one else. Yeah, there are other humans, but they get too scared and left before they even had a sip. That's sad. Maybe I should visit your house one day. I'll make you feel less lonely. Is that a direct flirt or... Alice said nothing as Marissa kept the cards. Maybe she was right. Marissa is flirting with her. But for some reason she does not want to ask, as she had only one reason why. What if she isn't flirting and visits me on friendly terms? I don't want that. Okay. Tell you what. Let's go with the thing. With the thing. A yin-yang orb. Reminds me of, Oh, I need to click this again. Reimu, my rival and bestie. Alice does not know why, but she felt offended when Marissa called Reimu her bestie. And for some reason, she wanted to know more about Marissa's thoughts and feelings about Reimu. Oh, these cards are making Alice fall in love with Marissa. So, what do you think about Reimu? What do you mean? Like, do you see her as a good friend or as someone special? Well, a good friend, of course. I almost forgot what I'm doing today. I'm getting engrossed in the story already, somehow. Magically. Almost forgot to be fake drunk there. Alice wanted to let out a sigh of relief, but she cannot rest easy just yet. She was preparing herself for Marissa's straightforwardness. We had traveled together, fighting yokais, fighting other big bads here and there. She's a good fighting partner, all in all. Her talent and abilities are way beyond me. But I swear, she cannot be safe when socializing. Whenever I want to go out, she doesn't want to. She always says duties, duties, duties. I understand her pain. I can see that deep down she just wants to be a normal girl. But her responsibilities as a shrine maiden are what stops her from following her desires. Not to mention she is an airhead. The other day I explained my new spell card, sir. She doesn't need to understand what it does until I literally use it on her. And then she would scold me for trying to destroy the shrine. Also, whenever we went to eat, she always ordered the most simple dish. I just can't handle it if I live with her. Marissa sighed. Alice looked at her with an expression that displayed understanding. Seems like Reimu's lifestyle and attitude are not compatible with Marissa's outgoing personality. She let out a sigh of relief, knowing that Reimu was not the most important person in her heart. You seem to be relieved. What's wrong? Nothing. Let's continue with the game, shall we? Let's flip the cards. Flip the cards. Alright, it's the dolls. Ah, not a matching pair. Okay. There we go. Oh, is that... I'm not sure what that was, actually. I wasn't paying attention. A Chili's hat! What about Patch in the Scarlet Devil Mansion, though? Yeah. I wonder who likes to steal from them. Oh, come on, I was going to return them. Well, one day, at least. Right. But why steal from them, though? Are you kidding? They have countless magic books undiscovered by humans. If I could read and master them all, I could be the greatest magician ever. I have a chance to surpass Reimu. And also because of when they first came? Yep, also because of that. Gotta keep them in check somehow. But lately, Kokum is tightening up the security in the library. Gonna be a little hard to infiltrate the premises. I mean, she's working here right now, so it might be easier. Need some help from the doll maker? Ooh, that would be lovely. You can send in your dolls to distract them. Maybe let them play. Then you can have a conversation with them, which further distracts them so I can steal even more books. Both of you do know I can hear your conversation, right? Alice always finds it cute when Marissa planned for something like this, even though she essentially has a free pass into the mansion anytime she wants. Oh, she does. Goddamn Marissa. She just likes to be a prankster. And a thief, apparently. All this planning and no notepad to write it down. Let's discuss this another time. Let's continue the game. Okay. Doll and doll. Dolls, huh? Oh, fuck's sake. Press the thing. Ooh, dolls. I kinda wanna know more about your dolls. What do they mainly do at your house? Well, they help clean up the house, serve me tea, cook food for me, so on, so forth. Really? That's it? Are you expecting them to help me dress while feeding me cakes? Bow down whenever I walk past them, and when they misbehave, I lecture them for hours? Yes. You and your imagination, I swear. But it does make our conversation a little bit more exciting, I suppose. Then there was silence, but not for long. Alice decided to use this opportunity to take a sip. So I do make dolls that look like me? It was a bad time for Alice to take a sip of her drink. She almost spat it out all into Marissa's face. Dolls of you? You heard me. Well, did you? She gulped as many questions raced into her head. How did she know? She doesn't know. She's asking. That's why she's asking. Do you have any dolls that look like Marissa? Did she somehow play some magical item with spies on me? Did she finally put that thievery to good use and looked into my house? Alice, you need cognitive behavioral therapy with Yuka Kazuma. Go back to the previous video part thing. Do that. That's gonna help. This is the kind of negative thinking that you need to avoid. Use rational thought. She's curious. End of story. That's why Marissa's asking. Well, not that she minds anyway. Yes. Okay, well, how many? Alice swallowed whatever that was inside her throat further down. She does not like lying after all, especially to Marissa, who has done so much for her. 10. At that moment, she saw Marissa's face become red. She's blushing. You actually care about me. Let's just continue on with the game, alright? And palace cake, whatever that is. Is that a garden? No idea. Gardens? I can barely even take care of my own shop. I usually ask my dolls to do my own gardening. Marissa looked at the card a little harder before her eyes glinted with a story. Have you ever heard of the place that lies in between the border of Gensokyo? No, not really. What is it about? There was this garden where people have the flowers that can make them confess their feelings for each other. The gardener was really nice too. They know a flower to pick for each person. Although the dimension gate it only opens once a year, and we've just missed that window. Anyone we know went there? I mean, did anyone become a couple after they went in? From what I heard, Kage Horai-san and Fujiwara no Moko had been together after they visited the place. We've seen Moko, she's the cool one, with the red and white color coding. I don't know who Kaguya is though. We haven't seen her in one of these fan games yet, I think. I think we haven't. I don't know who Kaguya is yet, sorry. Those two, they don't even go well together. Exactly, but the garden flowers managed to make them confess to each other. Alice rubbed her chin. The prospect of instant confession does sound nice. In fact, she had a sudden urge to bring Marissa there. But there was a question that bugged Alice. Why didn't you tell me this before? What? I mean, we can go there together and have a look at the flowers, then we can collect the magical item that gives the garden special powers. I got someone I want to confess to, you know. Yeah, we can steal the gardener's powers. Heck, I could copy them. Then we can confess to each other, right? The Black Witch immediately covered her mouth with her hand. They both blushed hard before placing the garden guard back onto the box. Adorable, awkward conversation. The girls finally placed the last two cards on top of the deck. They heaved a light sigh of relief as the game was over. Man, that was fun. It actually feels like I know you much better now as a person. I never knew this game existed. It seems like the deck of cards are magically made to read into the user's minds, revealing their past information and printing it into the cards as an image to represent it. It truly is fascinating. Oh, final cards. Love. Love cards. Hey, Alice? Have you got any experience in holding hands? Alice, hand holding. Hand holding. The lewdest of activities according to the internet. Well, not much. What? You're telling me you've never touched hands before? Alice shook her head. It seems being alone would miss out on some intimate social interactions. Not really that intimate, just hand-holding. Let me help you with that. God. Nah. I'm thinking about, do I want to, like, censor this or not? Perpetuate the joke. But, like, that's editing, and I don't want to do that. Or maybe I will. I don't know. Oh, wait, no. Fuck, the mosaic blur is like a thing. Yeah, no, the software I use, DaVinci Resolve, I think that's like a premium feature or whatever, the mosaic blur or something like that, I don't remember. I don't know. Whatever, I'm not gonna look into it. I'm too lazy to do that. The Black Witch got up from her seat and went to Alice's. The doll maker seemed puzzled at Mercer's words. Come on, there's more space over there. Let me in. Alice complied and let Mercer sit beside her. But before she can ask her what she is doing, Mercer placed her left hand onto Alice's right hand, palms touching each other. Mercer closed her fingers into Alice's hand. Aww. Come on, do the same. A blushing Alice followed Mercer's orders as she closed her fingers. They were now holding hands together, akin to what lovers would do when they sat beside each other. Or just like friends, or just like casually. You can hold hands casually, it's nothing serious. And just like that, I'm now your first time. Alice could not stop blushing, and it does not help that Mercer's directness is making her blush even further. Satisfied, Mercer entangled herself off from the doll maker's hand before returning to her seat. Alice is sad that it's over. Can we do that again? You should come here much more often. Are you sure you're not just trying to make me play this game with you again? Hey, did the cards give some sort of its powers to you? They looked at each other and giggled before continuing their meal. Their meal had just arrived like Skokuma bringing their food. Okay, that sentence needs a rewrite. I hope you two had fun talking and not thinking of taking what's not yours from here. Here's your meal. Please enjoy. A bit of a messy eater, Alice. They drank the tea. It was surprisingly good, as well as the shortcakes. Rich in flavor, creamy, and sweet at the same time. The cake melts in their mouth with a single bite, spreading the flavors easily. A well-baked cake, all in all. They commented about the meal before finishing up and paid at the counter. Please, come again. Not you though, you thief. Marissa simply scoffed at her, either from her pompousness or the fact that she had beaten them time and time again in thievery. As they walked back home, the girls were talking much more than before. Alice felt much more comfortable and close to Marissa now, even though she had talked to her before this. It is more intimate than before, more heartwarming, like she just wants this moment to last. Do I still have the feeling though? Hey Downer, we're here. Alice raised her head. She was outside the cafe. You know, Alice, maybe you should spend more time together again, huh? I guess. I mean, I don't mind going out with you again. It's just... Alice looked at the ground, fidgeting. She does not know what to do or to say right now. She's such a high school girl, blushing about her first crush. Doesn't know. It's adorable. It's okay. You can tell me next time we meet, okay? No biggie. I've got to go and tell Reimu just how much she missed out, alright? Bye. Oh, before I go, I want you to keep this. The cards? Aren't these yours? Finders keepers, you know? Yeah, but I thought you could make use of them this more, seeing that you rarely talk to anyone and stayed in that little dollhouse of yours all day. It might help you as a conversation starter if you ever felt like having trouble talking. Marissa started to swing her body left to right, and for some reason she seems oddly shy this time. And if you have no one to play with, well, you can find me. I don't mind if we play together, you know, for funsies. Thanks, Marissa. I will cherish your gift. Marissa ran off, heading towards the Sakura shrine. Alice stood there, looking at the back of the Black Witch as she ran off. She sighed, slowly walking towards the opposite direction, and headed to her home. why can't I say it just now? Has it really been this long since I felt this feeling? Flashdance, what a feeling, and whatnot. Act 2, the girl who wants to talk. Chapter 2, come on. Are you broken? Did I break the thing, or do I... Oh, okay. Act 2, the girl who wants to... What? I missed it. Or did I read it? Oh, I already forgot. Anyway... The girls went deep into the forest of magic, each holding a basket filled with delicious cakes and sandwiches. Marissa and Alice were chatting happily as Alice brought her deeper and deeper into the woods. It has been 5 years since the Cafe de Gensokyo date. Oh, okay, 5 years time skip, okay. That's a long time. And they have grown much closer ever since. Marissa brought her out to hang out more, and the majority of the time Alice accepts them. The time she did not accept was when she needed to fix her dolls up. Those times Marissa can never break her concentration. Well, I mean, that's fair. Her dolls are important. You gotta do the doll things. But this time, it's different. Alice asked her out on a picnic date. Marissa was taken back by her sudden initiative, but accepted it nevertheless. Well, yeah, the shy introvert girl asks you out on a date. You accept because that took a lot of fucking courage and determination to do. Hey, where are we taking me to? I've never been to this part of the forest before. Oh, you'll see. Oh, she's being cheeky. She's being a little cheeky one. As they continued walking, Marissa saw it in front of her eyes. Oh. Blinding white. It's a little lake thing. A huge lake surrounded by lush greenery of the forest. The lake shined crystal clear as the sunlight shines in. The weather is fine, the birds are chirping, and the ice fairy is cheerfully playing with her friends at the other side of the lake. Hey, we got Sir. No, she's the ice fairy. Yay. We learned that she has the power to raise entire empires. It's important, but she's illiterate as well, or something like that, according to the fan things that I've seen of her. But it's fine. She's adorable little ice fairy with superpowers. I mean, they all have superpowers. It's Touhou. It is a majestic sight for Marissa and the perfect place for a picnic. Whoa! This is amazing! I've never seen this place before. How'd you know about this place? Let's just say a person who lives in the forest of magic is much more well versed in the forest than the one who just lives besides the forest. They both chuckled while taking in the scenery. Hey dummy, can you help set up our picnic area? Marissa closed her mouth as it was previously agape to amazement. She quickly went and helped her friend to set up the picnic. With a little bit of magic, the setup was all done in seconds, and they all settled down on the carpet. Carpet. That's a blanket, but okay. I mean, like, magic, they may have brought carpet. Sure, why not? Carpet's more comfortable than a blanket, I suppose. Although the blanket on the grass, you can still feel the grass a little bit through it, and that's kind of a nice feeling sometimes, but I guess it depends on the grass. If it's damp and fucking gross, whatnot, but it's nice forest. It's a nice sunny day, it's all dry and it's nice. Wow, Alice, I still can't believe you would bring me to such a place. Guess it comes with age, huh? Says the one turning 25 this month. I brought us here so we can have a fun time together without other worldly distractions. After saying that, she unloaded the contents of her basket. 2 cans of soda, 3 shortcakes, and 4 packets of rice crackers. Marissa also does the same, revealing her sandwiches and biscuits. Hey, you should try one of these. It's homemade. I fucking would hope so. It's homemade. It's a sandwich. It's a sandwich. Alice hastily took a bite out of a sandwich that Marissa made. Very crunchy sound. The 2 sauces of the sandwich, combined with the softness of the cooked meat and lettuce, made it into a heavenly combination that melted into Alice's mouth instantly. That does sound pretty good. I want a sandwich now like that. Marissa noticed Alice's facial expression and felt proud that her sandwiches had touched the heart of the magician. Well, I'm not the only one here improving my craft. Once they have enjoyed the tea, sandwiches, and cakes, Alice pulls out a small metal container. Marissa looked at it curiously before her eyes widened in surprise as Alice opened it and revealed the deck of magic cards that she had previously gifted her. Yeah. Wow, you wanna play this game today? What move brings this deck here? Well, I hope we can have more meaningful conversations again, like last time. 5 years ago? You haven't had a meaningful conversation in 5 years? Come on now. Although, that's actually perfectly reasonable. To not have any kind of meaningful conversations with people you know and live for years, even decades. That's actually perfectly normal. Never mind. Are you sure you are just trying to get closer to me? You do know I can't lie, right? This time Alice applied a bit of manipulation magic onto it. Her hands start to wave in gestures as the cards slowly fly up and around, but more elegantly than before. It looks like she's controlling the cards' movements akin to making a puppet dance. She must have practiced this well long before this occasion, and now it so happens to be a good opportunity for her to impress Marissa. The cards flew up reading both Marissa's and Alice's memories, feelings, and desires. Before long, it placed nicely into its layout. Alice's heart thumped in excitement, as she thought to herself. What can I get from her this time? Hey, Earth Alice, it's your turn now, you know. Ah, right. Okay, let's play the card games. Rainbows and rainbows. Hey, rainbow flag. The best part? This month is Pride Month. Sure. Well, Marissa, I have a question. How would you describe LGBT to someone? Well, it's simple. The movement is essentially supports being homosexual, bisexual, and trans. We respect their lives and decisions and will give them the right to live as a normal human, as in the past, many people saw it as an act of blasphemy. Alice nodded in response. It was quite straightforward. Yeah, we've been over this before. People are people. Like, anyone who objects is wrong and fuck off. That's it, basically. Not bad. But what do you really think, though, Marissa? Do you agree with the movement? What kind of question is that? Of course I would. Or else I wouldn't even be with you. Of course. But really, though, I'm glad we came this far. Some people were born this way, others identify themselves differently. We need to realize that, as humans, we are not perfect, but it's because of that we are unique. Don't you think so? We can't just discriminate against people just because they're different. Correct. Although there are some differences that do need to be discriminated against, specifically if you're a fucking Nazi or something like that, you know? Or if you are an intolerant sort, then everyone should be intolerant of you. Basically, that's the tolerant people should be intolerant of intolerance. That's how it works. We've covered this before, I think. It's worth repeating. It's worth fucking repeating. Be intolerant of the intolerant. It sounds weird, but it's correct. Just think about it. Like, what does, like, say there's an asshole demanding to speak to the manager, and they get to speak to the manager, and the manager says the same exact thing. You said them already. And it's like, you caved, you gave the asshole what they wanted, and it didn't change the result, but you caved. If you're like, no, fuck you, you're an asshole, go away, we don't want your business, and it's like, deny them at the first step. Anything beyond that is seen as a victory. Essentially. Alice can only look at Marissa in awe with her mouth agape. Since when could she say something so cool? I already forgot what she said. What'd she say? Log. Wait. I'll go at the top of the log. Oh yeah, we can't just discriminate people because they're different. That's fine. Unless they're Nazis. Discriminate against Nazis. They deserve it. They know what they did and they know what they want to do. And you know what the Nazis want to do. Fuck the Nazis. Go fuck yourselves, Nazis. You're just wrong. Historically and practically and factually and in every single fucking way. Come on, dummy, say something. Well, I agree. Throughout my years, I have seen my fair share of discrimination in my life. As time went on, people are more accepting of each other, and I'm glad that people are becoming more open and accepting of themselves and other people. If this keeps up, the illusion of world peace doesn't seem too far-fetched as reality anymore. That'd be nice, but that's not happening either. There's always gonna be more Nazis appearing. You know, and you gotta punch them. You gotta make sure they're just wrong. Anyway, this became suddenly really heavy. We're here to enjoy the little gays doing their thing, or something like that, I don't know. Marissa smiled, finding that her girlfriend really cares about humanity despite being a yokai. She always liked that side of her. A peaceful yokai that doesn't fight humans and seeks to wish them well all the time. I mean, she makes dolls. Why would she want to fight? As long as she can make her dolls, it's all good, right?
Alright, enough talk. Let's continue the game.
Okay. Reimu again. Ooh, burning symbol thing. Alright.
Hey, that's my Hakero.
Okay.
That's your item, alright. But isn't it too straightforward? What do you mean? Your talent is suitable to overwhelm enemies with powerful spells, but have you ever thought about casting the same spell multiple times?
Oh, that would be cool. Multiple me's and multiple spells. They will die within a single barrage of my spells.
Exactly, and to do that, you have to be controlling dolls. If you control dolls, they will do as you ask. Cast the spells that you've learned, and overwhelm your opponents. You can use numbers to your advantage, not just offensively, but also defensively.
I mean, yeah, RTS. Play the RTS game. Instead, make an army. Got people at the front doing the thing, you got people at the back protecting the base, and people on the side doing the ambush things.
They can be your sword and shield if you put in the training in controlling them.
Right, but
you can even tie someone down and treat them however you want. I always want to do that.
Okay. Okay, Alice, thanks. Do it in the bedroom or something.
Alright, you're getting way too carried away for this. Let's continue with the game.
Yeah, Alice, keep your fantasies to yourself for now. But Marissa maybe being brought down by Alice's dolls does not seem too bad of an idea. I mean, everyone's got their own kinks and fetishes, no? Like, that's perfectly fine. If you want to be tied down by dolls, have her make her way with you, that's totally fine. Yeah, there we go, there's the thing, the patchouli hat.
Hey, it's that hat again.
The Scarlet Devil group. The inhabitants are the most powerful magician.
Heck yeah, they're quite awesome. I can keep going into the library anytime I want.
You mention that a lot of times, do you know?
Well, what do you want me to talk about?
No, I don't know. What about the person that writes the books you've borrowed?
Hey, Pachi's a good librarian, alright? She lent me a couple of books I needed. The books I need for magic items, some books for spell cards, and a bunch of other books I need. The best part, she can write all of them back, no biggie.
Does she not complain about your exploits?
Not really. Most time when she was busy writing a new book, reading a brand new book from somewhere, just simply doing her own thing in the mansion. She seems to be a quiet person, like you, Alice. Maybe I should visit her with the deck you have, eh?
Marissa, you gave me this deck as a gift. I won't give it away easily.
Marissa laughed. She's definitely pulling her leg this time.
Yeah, don't worry. I can make a new one from my shop.
You know that you can't even find anything in the shop, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Alice was glad that she couldn't make another deck for Patchouli. She'll be really angry as the meaning of her gift is lost thanks to Marissa's antics.
Got you big jealous, eh?
Yeah, let's just continue with the game, alright?
Okay. Dolls again. Oh, come on. Okay. You want to do the Reimu talk?
Yin Yang, Orma. Oh, Reimu!
And that Hakure Shrine Maiden, huh? I'm curious. When did you guys first meet?
Oh, that depends. Which timeline?
Right.
Yeah, I'm just pulling your leg. We met together as enemies first, but I took interest in Reimu's potential, and the rest is history. Looking back, had I not been defeated by Reimu, I don't know how my life would be. Because then I wouldn't meet you and the others.
Aww. Alice was also glad that Marissa had met Reimu. She doesn't know what happens if they had not met each other, but she knows that it will certainly be a boring, immortal life.
Someday I'll thank her too.
For what?
For allowing me to see you. I'm glad to have a noisy neighbor. Makes my house a little less lonely.
Ah, that's adorable. Is that supposed to be a compliment or an insult? Whatever, let's continue.
Yeah, let's continue the doll. The doll.
Huh, a doll card.
Speaking of dolls, I remember you had a gigantic one somewhere, right? The one that Cerno had fought before?
Ah yes, the Goliath doll. I'm still finding ways to perfect it. What about it?
I don't know about you, but I believe 2 swords aren't enough to finish off a magician, nor a yokai. Why don't you add something magical, like a magic wand or something?
Really? A gigantic doll using its ludicrous speed to overcome its massive size, and you wanted to cast spells.
I mean, gigantic doll casts fist, you know?
Hey, with its massive body, it could contain a lot of magical energy, so why not?
That's actually a good point, isn't it? Alice rubbed her chin, clearly thinking about Marissa's proposal.
You know, that is kinda true. Could have helped me when fighting against Cyrano that time. Goliath could shoot fireballs, do that dragon punch, maybe do that spinning tornado kick or something. All from that karate guy with the red headband.
Oh yeah, Hayuken. No, it's Ken and Ryo.
Right?
God, I should know this. I've heard it so many times, but like, it is like it. The guy in red is Ken, and is Ryo, right? Right? I'm forgetting. Okay. I need to confirm because what? Street Fighter, Ken, and Ryu. It is Ryu, but spelled with a Y in there. Okay, that's what it was. There we go. Music pauses when it's not focused. Okay.
I can even add keywords like shotgun style and overheat to the fireball to increase its splash area. Top that off with consecrated, and now that gluttonous ghost don't even stand a chance.
Oh yeah, add modifiers.
You're thinking of that arcade fighting game and that shmup roguelite again, aren't you? Yeah. One has to find inspiration from other places to further improve their craft. Right. Anyway, have you ever thought of adding a magic broom onto Goliath? That's ridiculous.
Which makes it awesome.
Alright, no more ideas from you. Let's continue with the game. Ah man, think about it at least, Alice.
The 5 little cards. Alice smiled gingerly as she placed the deck of cards back into the metal box. Oh, we're over. No more love talk.
Today's plan is a success. Eh?
Marissa eyed her suspiciously, already curious what she was thinking about. Her lips opened, but instead turned into a smile as she probably had the same idea as her.
Ah, yeah, there it is. There's the love talk. There it is.
Eventually. Alice was about to ask to play another game until they realized the sun had set. The girls quickly packed up their belongings before it got too dark. As Alice picked up her basket, Marissa stood in front of her with a smile. She does not do this often, as Marissa usually rushes her to quickly go home or go to another place that she just immediately thinks of. Most times she verbally asks her to hurry up, while other times she grabs Alice's hand and drags her to the next place of interest. But this time, Alice saw Marissa leaning towards her, and their lips connected. Alice was a little shocked at how sudden this is, but she doesn't stop Marissa. Alice closed her eyes, letting this serene feeling of hers continue. Maybe forever, if she could. After what seemed like forever, Marissa released herself from her Alice. She let out a sigh, finally able to release her emotion. But when she looked up...
Ah crap, time is running out.
Uh-oh. Marissa pointed to the sky. It started to become darker than before.
If you weren't so slow, it would have lasted 5 more minutes.
Alice pouted. She knew Marissa was just teasing her, but she could not help but imagine what if the kiss lasted 5 more minutes.
Come on, we'll do it properly next time. Just...
Alice stopped pounding at this moment and tilted her head with curiosity. Marissa looked at the ground, her face a little red. She did not seem to be this embarrassed before.
Make sure Reimu hears none of this, alright?
Okay, that's a serious face. Alice performed a zipper-pulling gesture across her lips, promising to keep her word. Marissa disappeared again. Alice walked home, happier than before. She never felt this happy before in her life. Hanging out with Marissa was unbelievably a lot more fun, and all thanks to the cards making her able to feel comfortable talking to her. She looked forward to these dates more and more. It is as if Marissa has a special place in her heart now.
Yeah, that's nice. I want to see her again.
Yeah, that's called love.
I want to play cards with her again.
Yeah, that's the excuse. I mean, it's fine as well.
I want to keep seeing her forever,
Endeavor. That's a bit obsessive, but you know, love can be obsessive and that's fine. Depends on how it's expressed. The feeling itself is fine. The question is, will Marissa see Alice forever as well? Oh, you're right, Marissa's like a human, so no, she'll eventually die. That's how it works. Alice is a yokai doll making demon thing. No, demons are different. Right? Probably. And so Alice and Marissa continue to hang out together often. Alice would bring out the cards and Marissa would play with her. They had conversations, moments of joy. Over time, Alice finds it more and more comfortable talking to her. Their bond grows and they start to develop feelings for each other. This continued for years. Several years. Act 3. Time is the driving force of change. It was a lazy Monday. Alice was sipping tea in Marissa's shop. It usually was not really kept well, but alas, after all these years, Marissa had decided to tidy it up in a week for 2 purposes. 1. To make sure she's able to sustain herself due to her growing age. She does not have the time nor energy to go for adventures anymore, thus rendering her to stay at home most of the time. Oh man, we're skipping like 50 years now. Damn. 2. Spending more quality time with Alice. Of course, Alice went in and helped her whenever she can. That is, whenever she's not tending to her dolls. She was worried that Marissa's in her 60s would not be able to clean everything in a week, as it was not just Marissa's stamina that bothered her. It was the abysmal collection of magical items that they had to sort through one by one. I'll imagine so with a personality like Marissa. Old Marissa. Oh, that's the disclaimer they were talking about at the beginning. Like, there's gonna be sadness and tragedy and shit like that. Oh, fuck. That's it. That's gonna be... fuck. Marissa's gonna be old and then die, and Alice is gonna be alone again. That's the sad part that we're gonna get. We're gonna get... Up. Whatever. We're gonna get upped. The intro to the movie Up. That's what's gonna happen. We're gonna get sad. Okay. I'm mentally prepared to be sad. That's fine. She's old now. Do I do my old man voice? Old woman voice? I don't have an old woman voice. Okay, done. The Black Witch walked out of the room with a clipboard, marking the final tick on the paper attached to it. She then placed the clipboard on a counter and sat down together with Alice. A cup of tea lay in front of her, between her and the doll maker. You prepared a tea just for me. Thanks, sweetie. No problem, Marissa. She's even gray-haired and everything. They then continued sipping tea in silence. That was probably too long. Marissa had waited 10 minutes for Alice to do something about it, but all she saw was her fiddling with the doll she had. It is quite clear that she decided to spend time with Marissa by fixing up her dolls again. Marissa does not really mind too much, actually. Considering her age and condition, she does not want to tell Alice that her time is almost up. She's not gonna let her opportunity slip, so she has to say something. Hey, Alice. Yeah? You, bring anything fun for us old ladies? I do wish you stopped putting us in the old ladies category. But alright, let's see here. How about we do a little puppet show? No way, it's always you who takes the spotlight. You probably just want to show off some new puppet technique you mastered. Alright, how about a game of chess? Nah, too slow and boring. You just do not understand the novelty of thinking strategically. Well, I do have one thing in mind that you will not say no to. Alice raised her hand, seemingly calling for something. Shanghai entered the room floating to her hand. The doll was holding a metal box that was a little rusted. He placed the box on the table, waved its small hand to both her master and her girlfriend before flying back home. Are they just girlfriends? They didn't get married? Oh, okay. Well, that's fine too. As long as you're happy, it doesn't really matter what form it takes. Marissa looked at the box closely. She cannot seem to put her finger on what it is until Alice opened the box. It was the deck of cards that she gifted to Alice 40 years ago. Once again, Alice happily harnessed her magic powers and the deck of cards sprang to life, reading their memories, feelings, desires, everything about them. Then the cards arranged themselves nicely on the table.
The Black Witch was still looking at Alice in astonishment. However, it seems like she was lost in her thoughts.
Hey, Marissa, are you alright? I was just surprised that you still have the deck. Doesn't mean that much to you, dear. I mean, it certainly helped me to get you to talk to me more. Plus, at that time, I just want to know you more. Even at this old age, I feel like I've just scratched the surface of you. So, what do you want to achieve with this deck today? To spend more time with you. I know that you've been trying to spend time with me to make the most of our moments together, and I believe this deck that you gave me will help me out. It revealed our feelings for each other after all. It helped us connect together on a different level. Alice. This time, I want to make sure our time here is productive and meaningful, so...
Alice's face turned red again. In her immortal life, she has never been this direct. She has never made a move this big before, and it took her the last remaining courage to finish the rest of her sentence.
Let's make the best of our time together.
Alright, anything for my girl.
Alright, aw. There we go. Oh, the music's all sad almost. No, it's not sad yet, but it's just like very emotional music.
Oh, it's Mini Hakero.
Yeah, that's my item. I spent countless times trying to learn how to use it.
Speaking of learning magical items, how do you study magic?
Why'd you want to know?
Well, I want to know more about how you learn your magic. It could help me in learning something new.
Well, you do know that I actually copied other people's abilities, right?
Alice nodded.
Well, to tell you the truth, I don't know either. I guess you could say it's a talent I have.
Don't be silly. Surely you could explain it even if you really can't.
Well, that's the thing. I don't really know how I did it. I saw someone do it and I'd be like, I could do it too, and try to recreate it using what I have. Most of the time it works like a charm, but for something that I can't do, like Kaguya's magic, it requires specific items. Unless I could steal her stuff. To learn is to imitate, I guess. And with that, what ability and talent I have, I will start to become a great magician that knows a lot of spells.
Alice was a little dumbfounded. She was not expecting a full answer, but she admires Marissa's determination to become a great magician through her own means. Alright. Oh no, we want. Kind of wanted that one last. I feel like I wanted this one to be last. But okay.
This card looks like the Netherworld, I believe. The place where people go once they die.
Once they died, huh?
You know, I've read a lot of mythology for each different country culture. Do you think some mean big god will judge whether we will go to heaven or hell based on how we live our lives?
I mean, it doesn't seem that far-fetched. Gensokyo is filled with magical beings after all. We do have Yama for starters.
And the worst part is that no one ever has seen him yet.
We haven't died yet, silly.
Yeah, well, I'm just afraid that's all. What if Yama deemed me unworthy and sent me to hell? I don't want to get tortured by demons.
Well, I guess you'll probably end up in the Netherworld. I doubt Lord Yama would allow you to heaven.
But the Netherworld is quite scary though. Tons of ghosts and phantoms lurk there, and all are dangerous. Also, there's that gluttonous ghost who can't seem to stop thinking about eating. But speaking of heaven, do people really enjoy it there? I heard there's some kind of paradise for all humans, like, what's over there really?
I don't know. No one has talked about it. How about your friend Yukari? She knows what heaven looks like, right?
She dodged the question when I asked her, so I don't really know for sure. Maybe it is true.
What is true?
The heaven is truly sealed. No more humans allowed there.
Alice can only shake her head. At her age, she'll probably think about this stuff. To top it off, Marissa was not immortal either. But as much as she keeps questioning, the only way to find out is by herself.
We'll never know unless we truly cross that boundary, alright? Let's continue with the game and think about this later.
Alright. Sorry if I made you worry about me. It comes with age.
So, you are old.
Oh, shush it, you. I don't need more reminders.
Books. Alright, we already saw the thing. There you go. Playing cards.
Ah, this card again.
Brings back memories, huh?
Yeah. Remember the time we paired up and fought Kaguya? That was a good time.
We got to fight so many people. But in the end, it was alright. We got to visit the moon.
Cool. I wish we were there for a bit longer. I want to visit the moon again before I go.
Another date together?
Well, why not?
They laughed together. Alice imagined themselves at the moon again, looking at Kinsuke from above, admiring the view. I'm getting my drunken old voice confused, so I don't know what I'm doing anymore. It's getting mixed up in here. She wished she wasn't such a prick towards Marissa at that time, but she as a yokai looked down on her and could see her as an equal. And now they are more than just equals. They are lovers.
Maybe we can inquire about immortality over there.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
Wait, what was that tone? Does she not seek immortality?
Most people don't know. It's a kind of a hassle, honestly. Alright, the dolls again. Well, let's go for the dolls. Yeah, let's talk about the dolls. Book is the last one.
Hey, it's Alice's slaves.
I'm sorry. If Shankai and Hora heard that, they'd be very upset.
Yeah, but I can't get out of my head though. What if you treat them like actual slaves? They are always under your mercy, you know.
I suppose as a doll maker, it does feel that way.
So you're saying you're actually treating them as slaves?
No, stop pushing your narrative onto me.
Oh, heck no, I'm getting to the bottom of this, and I know you can't lie to save your life. Tell me, what do you do when a doll fails to execute your order?
I reprimand them and ask them to do it again.
Okay, what do you do if a doll defies your orders?
I'll probably make them learn not to do it again.
Lastly, if a doll has betrayed you, what will you do?
I'll ask them why, and depending on their answer, either help them with their problems or forgive them.
Aww. Marissa sighed. Alice is too good-natured to treat dolls badly. Of course she is. Alright, you win. But here's the real question. What if I am your doll? What will you do to me?
Alice was taken aback by the question as she lowered her head and thought of an answer. Unfortunately for her, Marissa was not prepared for what Alice was about to say next. Oh, damn. Alright, neither am I guess.
I would make sure no other dolls will harm you.
Marissa's face almost had a visible red patch.
Right, of course. Alright, let's continue with the game. Heavy topics. Oh, it is my favorite item of them all. Okay, there's always so much speaking I could do.
Other than dangerous magical artifacts, I guess?
They're a lot more safer to handle, especially grimoires. Which reminds me, where's your grimoire?
Alice was taken aback at the question.
What about it?
I always saw you carry it, but you never used it in your fights. Why's that?
Well, I just prefer using my dolls.
Marissa does not seem impressed by her answer.
Is there a much bigger reason than that?
What do you mean?
All I'm saying is, you could have unleashed hell on Gensuke if you just opened your grimoire and used it. So, why not?
Alice sipped her drink before clearing her throat.
I just love my dolls. Each and every one of them are perfect in my eyes. I wouldn't want to throw them away unless I absolutely have to. That said, using my grimoire would put all my dolls' life in danger, and I don't want all my dolls to be gone. Even though I am an immortal and have plenty of time to replace my lost, I can't bring myself to end each and every doll's life using a magic book. It's too inhumane by my standards. Plus, I'd rather spend time trying to make the perfect doll anyway, instead of making more of the same.
Wow, never thought you'd think like that before. I kinda like it.
Yeah, I did too, it's good. Sometimes Marissa's directness made Alice weak. Those compliments were definitely aiming at her heart, but she kinda liked it.
Anyway, what about your grimoire? Do you bring it here with you?
What?
You heard it. Can I read your grimoire?
No way. You could destroy this entire place.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
No way, besides, I haven't even taken a look at your grimoires. How would I know?
Seeing that there was no way she'll get Marissa revealing her grimoire, she gives up.
Do you want to buy my grimoire, though? You'll know what I wrote for you in your section.
That's actually tempting. I wonder what she wrote for me. Does she feel the same as me, or...
It's been 40 years, though. Although I guess to an immortal, doesn't really time passage doesn't really matter. But it's been over 40 years now, though. You could.
No thanks. I'm afraid it is a direct copy of my spells.
Marissa only pounded as she placed the pair of book cards away.
Fine, let's continue with the game.
As the ladies returned to finish their tea, Alice could not help but worry about her lover. Despite talking getting closer to her, she still has a lingering question regarding one of Marissa's life choices. A question that has only grown more concerning as time goes on. Once Alice placed her empty teacup on the table, she decided to ask her the question.
Marissa, have you thought of seeking immortality yourself?
Marissa looked at Alice curiously.
What about it?
I mean, aren't you a magician like me? Why not live forever and be with me? We can play this card game forever, tend to the dolls forever, and even make sure your shop is a huge success, creating branches all over the world with your name on it.
Well, that is true, but...
The Black Witch looked towards the door, showing a look of melancholy, as if she had finally turned into a wise old woman. She started speaking in a somber, wise tone as well.
You know, I would like to have that too. But think about it. If you manage to live forever, does it make your life more meaningful? Sure, I get to live forever with you. But what about others? Reimu, I doubt that lazy woman would go for immortality too. I guess I could see Korin more often, but really? That guy? I'll also miss that cop at the Genbi Ravine. I wonder how she's doing now.
She turned her head, facing Alice with a smile, the kind that seems to have accepted fate more than anything else.
All I'm saying is, if I become immortal, I would miss my adventures with them, along with my memories. I rather treasure everything, including memories of you.
Marissa looked up at the ceiling and chuckled softly.
Strange. It seems my treasure hoarding tendencies have become a part of me. I guess I want to treasure all of my memories. I'm sorry, I guess I'm selfish after all.
Nah, it's alright, sweetie. Remember that one time a guy tried to woo you during the village festival? Not only does the boy not know you're mortal, he also doesn't know you had a girlfriend. So I had to step in and assert my dominance.
They laughed together, reminiscing about that memory when they were young. Then they looked at the darkening skies. It's getting late for them both. Alice got ready to leave for her home.
I'm just glad you're here with me, Alice. Thanks for helping me clear all the boxes of treasure.
No problem, dear. See you around, alright?
Hugs are nice even when they are sad hugs of goodbyes. Alice hugged the witch, as she always does before they part ways, and as always, Marissa received it and returns the hug with love. They have hugged each other many times in the past, but this time, it feels different. It feels like the acceptance for both of them. Someday, one of them will be gone, and one of them will be alive. Alice hugged really tight as deep down, she doesn't want her to be gone. She wants to keep hugging her again. It caught Marissa's attention.
Alice, is everything alright, dear? Huh? Oh, yeah. I was just lost in thought about stuff. It's,
Dolls?
Yeah, dolls. Gotta get back to making the perfect doll. See you soon.
I'm actually tearing up right now, almost.
Of course. Don't forget to think about me in your sleep, too. Goodbye.
As Alice left the shop after their hug, Marissa adjusted her seat to face the shop's counter. She began reminiscing her memories about her life, thinking back about her adventures with everyone, especially her times with Alice. As Alice walked back home, her thoughts were racing. She can only think about Marissa.
I guess it can't be helped. She will be gone. It is just a matter of time. It's alright, Alice. She accepts that she will be gone, and she's happy about it.
Everyone comes to terms with mortality.
But why aren't you happy about it, Alice?
Oh, who's asking? How can she be? The person she loves is gonna be gone and only live in memories from now on. It's heartbreaking. You know? Act 4. I wish to be with you. We're gonna get all of the sads now. We're gonna get all of the sadness now, okay? A gust of wind blows into the dollhouse. A strike of lightning illuminated the unlit room. Alone in the house sat Alice, looking at the familiar deck of cards that had been laid out nicely. She had stared at it for long periods of time now, not even touching the surface of the cards, after knowing that Marissa had been sent to the Iron Medical Ward due to her illness reaching critical levels. The only thing that clouds her mind now is her fear of seeing her lover on the hospital bed, the static beep of the machine signifying the flatlining of her heartbeat.
I can't. I have to be happy for her sake. I mean, you don't really need Marissa to play these cards, right? Right?
Shaking her head, Alice reached out and flipped her first card. Reimu. She fondly remembers visiting Reimu with Marissa, telling her about their relationship. Reimu congratulated Marissa nonchalantly, which made Marissa a little angry. But Alice knew that deep down, Reimu was happy for her. Not because Marissa can bother someone else, but because she has the free will to choose her own lover. When Marissa was admitted to Iron's medical ward, Reimu was the second person to visit Marissa after Alice. Just like Alice, she was sad that Marissa was leaving this world, but at least she told Marissa that she did not seek immortality like her.
If only I can die of old age.
Alice continued playing the game, not wanting to delve into these thoughts.
Those are my dolls.
She remembered when Marissa went into her house and decided to try to play with her puppets. It did not go well, but to Alice, it was a fun time together. She also has a memory of Marissa actually attempting to fit her magic brooms onto Goliath, and she put a stop to it immediately after chasing her around. And finally, she remembered when Marissa unexpectedly came in when Alice was instructing her dolls about what to do when Marissa enters her house. Marissa did not say it, but she stood there for 2 hours listening to Alice talking to her dolls. But what happens when she's unable to come to her house anymore?
I'll craft some Marissa dolls later. That should stop the pain.
It won't. But it's something to do. She knows that is not true, but she lied to herself anyway.
Her favorite item.
Alice thought about the days when they talked about magic and spell cards. She remembered when Marissa brought a bunch of books she borrowed from the library, and they read it together, discussing how to use it. She also remembered when they attempted to gather even more books to study together, although it did not really go that well. But the one thing that she wanted to do is to take a peek at Marissa's grimoire without her knowing. She can do that right now, but without Marissa, there is not much thrill of getting caught. In fact,
without her here, there's not much thrill at all, and it hurts her. Let's just get on with it. I have to carry on without her. She saw spell cards and remembered her first time working with Marissa during Imperishable Night. She remembered admiring Marcissa's ability to mount an all-out magic assault with her variety of spell cards and the use of mini Hakero. While she did display her skill of controlling her dolls, she felt that her dolls could be better if they were combined with Marissa's ferocity in battle, and that's when she decided to start crafting Marissa dolls. She can make as much as she wanted, but without the original, it wasn't the same. It's okay. I know her best. I can make a doll that presents her the best, right? She looked at the card, reminiscing her days when Marissa would drink tea with her whenever they were dating. Marissa would complain about Alice's taste in tea, and Alice would comment on how her tea is obviously the best choice. That was not before they started discussing the shortcakes that Alice made. Then one day, Marissa brought Alice to her home and served her tea and shortcakes homemade by Marissa herself. Though Alice would not admit it, it was very good, arguably better than her. Maybe I'll confess to her about that the next time I visit her. But is there even next time? She was disturbed by the sound of her house phone ringing. Could it be? Alice immediately stopped playing and ran to the phone, picking it up. Hello? Hello, Alice. It's me, Iron. Just wanted to know how it's going. Everything is fine here. How's Marissa? Well, Marissa. Well, she... I'm afraid that she won't last much longer. I am sorry. Her condition is critical. I am sorry, but we have tried our best. But her illness got the best of her. She only has tonight. The call suddenly hung up. Only the beep of the phone remains. Alice? Alice? She still could not believe it whenever she visits Marissa in the medical ward. Alice had suspected Marissa had fallen ill for a long time, but never in her life had she prepared herself to see someone she cared so much about on life support. Turns out some illness cannot be cured by a Lunarian medical genius, and there's not much anyone can do about it. The worst part was seeing the old witch, face full of wrinkles, still smiling whenever Alice came to visit her, despite enduring so much pain from her illness. Alice cannot bear it. The mixture of seeing someone in pain, yet showing them her warm, welcoming smile just hurts her in more ways than one. Alice ran to Marissa and gave her a hug from the side of the bed, unable to bear the pain from seeing her condition. Marissa felt her shirt get wet, not just from Alice's wet clothes, but also from the doll maker's tears. Her only response was to stroke Alice's golden hair, trying to reassure her as best she could. Why didn't you tell me about your illness? Can't really make you worry about me now. You still got dolls to make, you know. That's not funny. I would have abandoned them to fix you up. I'll leave Shanka and the rest alone? Come on, girl, you're better than this. Alice started crying. She could not hold back how she felt anymore. It hurts. It hurts seeing you like this. It hurts to know that I could never see you again. Spend time together. Spend time having dates like before. It hurts to know I could have made you immortal like me, but you refuse. I just didn't have anyone I felt like talking to. I don't want to lose you. Alice. I just wanted to play cards with you. The dollmaker can only sob. She had to make the best use of her final visit with Marissa, as she uncontrollably let her tears flow. Her mind went back to the very first time that they shared their interest and passion on an intimate level.
Alice, please don't feel sorry for any of this. I should be sorry for not telling you about my illness. I didn't want to make you feel worried. I do indeed miss you. I fear what will be like not being able to see you again. Having you as my girlfriend makes my life much more worth living. Surely beats that shrine maiden. I do also wish we could just spend a little more time together. Losing you hurts too.
Irene stepped in, holding the metal box where she stored her cherished deck of cards.
Shanghai brought this to me. I'll place it here.
She placed the familiar metal box on a table that was attached to the bed before excusing herself.
Hey Alice, can you do me a favor? One last wish of mine. Why don't we play the card game that I gifted you one last time?
Alice wiped her tears, looking at the box, and made a decision.
You want to have the last game with me, Marissa? I wouldn't have it any other way, Alice.
As she said her words, the box magically opens and the deck of cards sets itself onto the table, creating a final stage for them to confess their feelings. This is it, the last game.
This card is magic, huh? Ah, yes. This takes me back to the good old days, where I am young and naive. What I wanted at that time was to become the best ordinary magician there ever was. So I studied hard, getting all the books I needed, borrowing them if I had to, copying other people's magic, and so on and so forth. Well, I did it. But in the end, I could not beat Reimu. Try as I might, I cannot reach her level, even with training. The only problem is, she didn't even train herself. Even if she did, it's half-hearted. I remember the last time we fought was 5 years ago, just to try and see if I could take her on with my own condition. I tried my hardest, used all my knowledge, my spell cards, everything to defeat her, to finally become the number one. But in the end, I could not defeat her. She's too talented. Oh well, at least it wasn't such a pain. I wanted to be number 2, behind Rainbow after all.
Just then, Marissa felt her hand being squeezed hard. Alice had a determined look on her face.
Marissa, you're number 1 magician in my heart, so don't look so down. Even if you can't fully master everything, I will carry on your legacy. I'll master everything in your name. I'll even use your grimoire.
The dying old witch can only look at her with a smile. Not only will her grimoire be preserved and continue to be written, Alice told her that she is the number 1 magician. She knew that Alice would say that, but she's glad that Alice still keeps her in her heart. Knowing that softens the blow that Reimu gave with that decisive vow.
I'm sure you would, my girl. I'm sure you would. This is a friend card?
Friends? Ah, right. I wonder how they are doing right now. Alice looked at her curiously, as Marissa had known a lot of people in her life, both in her adventures and borrowing.
There's the Scarlet Mansion inhabitants, Smart Patchouli, Master of the Manor Flanderscalt, and Kuakuma. Then there's that Kappa. I hope Kappas live longer than me. And Korin. As long as he does not die a stupid death, I won't mind him outliving me. The 3 fairies, well, they're just going to lose another banking partner. Comagisters. I wish I could go down to the underground and hang out with you guys. And of course, Reimu. I hope that old lady had an heir or somebody else to take care of the shrine. Or else when I reincarnate and see no Hakure successor, I'll be really sad. And lastly, she looked at Alice with her eyes full of love and gratitude. You're always more than a friend to me, my dear.
Alice could only hold back her tears as she kept the pair of cards. Although Marissa told her that sentence a lot of times, this time it held a lot of weight in her heart.
My hat, huh?
Ah, that reminds me. Who's going to take care of my house and my shop when I go? I still have a lot of stuff I have not sold yet.
Don't worry about it. No one else will touch your house under my protection. I'll have my dolls take good care of it, alright?
Ah, that is definitely reassuring. Thank you, my dear. Alice still could not believe why Marissa cared so much for the items in her shop. But no one will touch her house under her protection. Nobody will. Not with her massive amounts of dolls. Is that...
Yes, there's your favorite card. Book.
Marissa chuckled. She knew how much Alice had fun mocking her fun for her love of books. But under that sentence was Alice's sorrow. She could not hide that from anyone, especially not from Marissa. Alice, when I pass, you've got to help me in one thing. Alice gripped her hand hard. She would do anything to fulfill her dying wish. Help me return the books I borrowed back to the library.
What? Why? Of all times to return to, why now?
Well, it's only fair. I've learned a lot about magic from them. It's time to return the knowledge. At least Coco won't be mad at me. But surely wouldn't need to rewrite her books, and Scar would let you in the library in my stead. Alice could not believe what she had just heard. She was touched by Marissa's need to give back to the Scarlet Devil, but it is not like they would let her in the library that easily. Then again, a wish is a wish. Alice will comply and follow it. She nodded with a tear in her eye. There was only silence as the game came to an end. Alice could only sit beside Marissa, unable to say anything. Marissa's time is coming soon. She knows that well. But she cannot find the words, nor can she say anything. Even if she could, her emotions are preventing them from saying it out loud. Marissa, knowing the pain that her lover was feeling, reached out for Alice's hand. Alice quickly complied and held it tightly, as Marissa spoke weakly. Dear, it's alright. It might be hurtful to see me go. This is the fate for all humans. We come and go, leaving ourselves from this world to the other one. Our lifetime may be short compared to the average yokai, but as long as it is meaningful and full of memories, whether it be sad or happy, joyful or regretful, love or hate, then we could say that we have lived our life to the fullest. I remember clear that you were never such a person back then. You always stayed at home with your dolls, rarely wanted to go outside, and even had trouble trying to find the words to talk to me. We had a love-hate relationship since the Imperishable Night incident. But look at you now. After you receive the cards I've gifted, you use it to the fullest to come hang out with me, come to talk and have a laugh. Those moments are truly unforgettable. It is absolutely relieving to see you being comfortable talking with me, and thanks to you, I can confidently say that I lived to my fullest. Thank you for giving me the joy of life, the warmth of love, and the sadness of passing. I'm glad to have you not just as a lover, but as a great companion of life. So, for my sake, Alice, live your life to the fullest, for me and you. Do treasure my gift for the rest of your life. Alice was sobbing as she talked. Yeah, so am I. Save yourself from worrying about me. I'll promise that I will be happy for the rest of my life. For your sake. Anything for you. But, Marissa, please don't go just yet. Stay here a little longer, will you? Marissa could only chuckle. She has said enough. They looked at each other for the last time, a silent gesture of the great farewell. Aww. Hi there. Sure. Okay, look. I need to wipe my face. I've got tears everywhere in my glasses. Look. Okay. I need a moment. And some water. Okay. 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 I'm the creator of this game. I just want to say thank you for finishing the game. It's the product created by my friends and I. We've put a lot of hard work into this. Development did not go as planned. We had to cut quite a number of features from the game. But we do wish to tell a story through conversations. I hope you liked the story or find it touching in some way. Oh, heck yeah, I did. Still, I do have a lot of self-doubt about the story and the game, but if you enjoyed it, that is already a reason I should make it in the first place. For that, I deeply appreciate it. Everything comes and goes, and that is our sad reality. We can cherish our loved ones that are still around us, so do spend time with your loved ones. These will be the precious moments that you won't regret. Even if our daily life demands from us, we can always try. Thank you for playing. I'll see you on the next adventure. Credits. Lead design, Iced Lemon. Background character art by CYC Zen. Additional character art, Muzilana. Card illustration, Iced Lemon. Programming, Iced Lemon and Raichi. Writing, Cho Risotto, Iced Lemon. Music, In Succession, Muzilana. Thank you all to all of the playtesters, and thank you for playing the game. Well done. This was excellent. Anything that makes me cry like that is top recommendation. Absolutely. And that's that. And that's that. And that's that. Sadness. Good. Good. That was... Yeah. On to the next one then.